Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year Eve. Um, so your foundation is so important when you're doing things. So too many times we don't really pay attention to the foundation of things, right? Sometimes when you're trying to figure out why isn't this working? Like I'm constantly doing something over and over and over and over again and it just doesn't seem to work, and it could be anything. Reflect on the foundation of that specific thing, because sometimes the foundation of things can be a direct cause of why it continues to topple, or it's just not working, or it's not building the way that you want it to, or it's not building the way that you expected it to. Sometimes it's the way that it was created. So if you took somebody from someone, whether it's you took a man from another woman, or a woman from another man, or a man from a man, or a woman from a woman, right? That's a rocky foundation. And so, people will say, well, we made it and that's great. I mean, obviously there's other areas, we sometimes have to learn the lesson through other areas of our life. But sometime when you create something that's based on deceit, based on mistrust, based on wrong discernment, based on the wrong reason why you're doing something or why you're engaging into something, pay attention to why you're doing it, and pay attention to, while you're creating it, are you creating it out of genuineness? Are you creating it out of love? Are you creating it out of transparency, right? Because if you're not, then you could get in trouble with whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're planning, or whatever it is, like sometimes shortcuts is not always the way, and sometimes creating a foundation under false pretenses can also result in negative outcomes. That's really what it boils down to. So, check your foundation when you are setting goals and objectives, when you're working with people, places, or things, right? Check out the foundation of it. How was it created? Was it a real, genuine flow of things? Was it difficult to put together? Was it difficult to sustain, when you were creating it? Like, all of those things are sometimes forced energy too. So it's important to pay attention to that. But I was at the gym and I was thinking about the foundation of things. And that's what made me want to do this video. Because I think that so many times people are like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. And not realizing or not recognizing that they're not going back to the drawing board and figuring out like why these things are happening and why it looks the way that it does. So when you're trying to reflect on things and you're trying to decision make and you're trying to journal or meditate or, pick apart certain areas of your life, think about the foundation of those things. Was the foundation built on rocky waters? Was it built on lies and mistrust? And, and it's also important to say that your truth is your intuition. You cannot lie to your intuitiveness because you are lying to yourself. You know how when you hear people, you hear that some people actually lie so much that they believe the lies that they tell? It's kind of something like that. Be very conscious of living in your truth. because you can lie to other people and it may feel good because you may feel like you got away with it, but you're not lying to your spirit. You're not lying to yourself. So if you are constantly defying yourself, then that's something that you need to work on too. But live in your truth and think about the foundation that it was on. Think about the foundation that you started it on. Was it a foundation of good things, right? Or was it not? So, and not to say that if it was built on rocky waters that it's not sustainable. That's not what I'm saying. But knowing is half the battle, because once you know, then you can work on areas to improve it, to pick it apart, undo it, redo it. There's so many different things you can do. Everything that you do that requires improving yourself is going to be work. So that's just what that is. But so foundation, truth, honesty. Are you living in deceit? Are you living in deception? Was it built on lies? Was it built on mistrust? Was it built on those things? Because if it did, then a lot of time it does not sustain. And oftentimes it also disintegrates quickly. Sometimes it lasts long, but sometimes you go through a tumultuous series of things before it disintegrates. So think about your foundation, think about the trust, think about the honesty, think about whether it's disingenuous or whether you're living in your truth. And that is the window to your happiness. Have a wonderful new year. Be safe, and I will see you next year.